So welcome everyone. Thanks for joining us today. This is our What's New at Amilia webinar. So we'll be going over product updates, anything that's changed since last quarter, and then we'll also discuss what's to come. So to get a little sneak peek on what we'll be working on for the next few months. So before we get started, this webinar is recorded, so you'll be able to either send it to teammates who aren't able to attend or rewatch certain parts that you wanted to re-listen to. You will have the chance to ask questions. It will be, the questions will be answered later on. So we will be sending a follow-up email with the recording, the answer to your questions, and also a quick survey just to get your feedback. You can see right here on the right side, there's a little section that you will be able to ask your questions. No one will be we won't be answering them live, but we won't be answering them in the follow-up email, like I said. Let me introduce myself. My name is Olivia. I am a product marketing specialist here at Amilia. I've been here for 3 months now, and this is my first webinar. I'm very excited to be here today, and I'm very lucky to have Alexis with us. So he's the VP of Product, and off to you, Alexis.
Thanks, Olivia. All right, 3 months already. For my part, some of you may recognize me since I've been hanging around at Amilia for a little bit over 4 years now. And for those wondering what hanging around means, well, as the head of product and engineering, I work with 40-something Amilians, developers, engineers, product managers, and user experience designers with the intention to continuously improve the product you guys use on the day-to-day. And I'm happy to be here today to tell you about the latest that will soon be released to everyone. Back to Olivia for a quick summary of what we'll be talking about today.
So here is a sneak peek on what's to come. So we will be talking about new reports, e-checks and subscriptions, 4 new permissions for cancellation policies, and also improvement to the waitlist. And then I'll pass it off to Alexis, and he will be doing the what we're working on portion. Okay, so as some of you may know, we are continuously working on product updates, and we don't just do a batch update per quarter. So we really want to give you access to these new improvements as soon as they're available. So we're going to kick it off with reporting. So having access to the information you need to make business decisions is key to your success, and that's why we have a whole development team dedicated to improving access to this information. So with that means with anyone from your front desk staff to your accountant, we want to make sure that that employee can access the information that they need. So that being said, you do have access to 5 new reports. We're excited to announce that we have reporting for access points, fundraising campaigns, private lessons, scholarships, and multipass. So to summarize it, we've really just simplified the experience of accessing data because we know that everyone should be confident in finding the info that they really need. So in the past, the reporting was done with filters by date range or by program, and then it would export into Excel. Now there are more filter options, and you can also view the report directly in the Amilia platform and not necessarily just exporting it to Excel. So accessing data should be simple, and we're just trying to make it more accessible for everybody. And feel free to have a look at our knowledge base. There's a couple articles there if you'd like more information. And like I said, feel free to ask some questions on the side. So we'll move on to payments. So e-checks is not necessarily a new functionality, but it is new for subscriptions. It used to only exist for installments in the past, and now we do accept e-checks on subscription. So this means that it provides more accessibility to your clients. We can't just assume that everyone necessarily has a credit card, so having this option is incredibly valuable. And not only is it more valuable because of this accessibility point of view, it actually is it's added value. So it is a lot cheaper for payments over $11. So this means that you're actually cutting your transaction fees, and it just turns into more profitable recurring revenue for you. Now I'll move on to some updates on waitlists. We made some improvements on this. There is now the mass edit option for waitlists. Now, similar to what I said before, this is not a new functionality, but it is new for waitlists. Now, this means that the settings can now be mass edited. It's just a lot less manual for you, and you can just apply the same change to the selected activity and mass apply it. Moving on to permissions to view waitlists. So this is kind of like a hybrid of two things. So in the past, you were either able to fully edit the waitlist and view the waitlist, or you had no functionality with this at all. So now what we gave permission is you have permission to actually just view the waitlist. So it's kind of a combination of the two. Now moving on to permissions. So there are 4 new permissions for cancellation policies. Now this is based off of your feedback. Actually, we improved the granularity of permissions. So now you can control which staff members can view, manage, and override cancellation policies. So that's it for specific updates from last quarter. And just so you know, there are certain ways to keep up to date to what we're working on. Like I said, we don't like to just let you know in bulk when it's all new. There is ways to keep up to date to this. So the first way would be the What's New section in Messenger. Go to updates.amilia.com or also the in-app posts. Now, those are things that pop up as soon as you log in. So you can always check, have a look at what we're working on, and we're happy to hear your feedback. So I'll pass it on to Alexia on what's coming, but we'll also give you a little break to just write down any questions you may have.
All right. So thank you, Olivia. I'm excited to show you what we've been developing with the collaboration of many of you that will soon be released to everyone else. So keep an eye out until you find them in our App Store or natively in Amilia. I'm talking about real contract versioning, self-serve scholarship payments, camping and overnight self-serve bookings, third-party analytics and business intelligence, recurring payment method management by admins, virtual gift cards, Amilia ID cards, and promotions applied to private lessons. Stick around for a few more minutes to see a sneak peek of each one of those. And before we proceed, a special note for those who attended the previous webinar. You might recognize a couple from last time, but that's only because they're very close to the finish line without being fully released to everyone just yet. We like to test it with more people before it's available to everyone. So first, anyone renting their facilities, this one is for you. So we worked with Cal Schufeld Gymnastics, Montreal West, St. James Tennis Club, and Iowa Arts Academy to create contract versioning. No more do-overs whenever a customer changes their mind or as you test different booking scenarios or changes before sending a contract out. A simple one that was a lot of work for us, self-serve scholarships. While many of you use Amilia to allocate, track, and use scholarships, your participants always had to get to the front desk or on the phone to ask for scholarships to apply to their invoices. For most, it was inconvenient, but for others, it was about pride. Well, they will soon gain more independence and be able to use their scholarship balance themselves online, based on the automated rules that you configure, of course. Thanks to Park District of Oak Park in Illinois and Town of Erie in Colorado for their help testing this feature. Inspired by the Airbnb booking experience, but at a much cheaper price and within our own stores, your customers will soon be able to rent your facilities for more than one day by themselves. So we designed this feature with customers operating campgrounds, but also with customers renting cabins for getaways like the City of High Point, Superior, and again, the Park District of Oak Park. It's not exactly Airbnb just yet, but I think it will be worth your while considering our fees are more than 5 times lower. And for those of you who would want to do both, know that you can leverage Airbnb's and Amelia's API to work with both in sync. Best of both worlds. As Olivia was showing you or telling you earlier, we are revamping our entire reporting suite to make them easier to find and more customizable. But we had to recognize that many of our customers have various specific analytics needs that go far beyond simple reporting. These we won't be solving by giving you the option to choose and filter columns. With specialized tools like Excel, Power BI, and Tableau out there, BI isn't an area where I will ever want to compete. So pursuing my vision of Amilia as the platform at the center of an ecosystem of specialized softwares, it would be unreasonable for me to even try to redevelop these products built by billion-dollar company over decades. What I can do instead is to open the boundaries of our softwares via connectors that you will soon find in the Amilia App Store. Whether you are a seasoned data-driven manager or work in admin as a business analyst, you will finally be able to drive business intelligence from your Amilia data in limitless ways. You're going to be able to create custom reporting and custom dashboard that really suits what you are trying to accomplish. With the evolution of your business models and the addition of features to our payment platform, recurring payment methods have become much more prevalent over the years. So to respond to this evolution of our market, we will soon release a modernized page for the management of future payments, which will offer you new possibilities such as the maintenance of the payment methods recorded by your participants. Our super users probably know that some of these scenarios were already possible, but we are talking about an improvement that will allow you to do it in all scenarios, whether it's by credit card or electronic check and applied to installment plans or subscription, every scenario is going to work. So it's expected that this change will simplify the customer billing section by removing the old, very, very limited version of this feature, but more importantly, that it will allow you to intervene to minimize the number of failed scheduled payments. It's no secret that gift cards are a very effective business strategy to engage your best customers and increase your reach to allow new participants to discover your offering. It's also an additional tactic to speed up your access to your financial resources in uncertain times. Many of you already use our platform to sell gift cards in a slightly roundabout way. Maybe I should say a clever way. But this new development will allow your participants to buy, share, and use gift cards entirely on their own. But above all else, it will automatically generate the correct accounting journal entries as they are getting used. If there are any accountants watching, you know what I'm talking about. You will save a lot of time thanks to this improvement. Gift cards accounting isn't as simple as everything else. Soon it will be possible to print Amilia identity cards. They can be found in the same place as those available in the membership section. This allows administrator to print cards for any customer. And that's a perfect solution for your customers who do not have access to mobile technologies and do not use our app to not to sign in, but to check in your facilities. We also threw in a neat little improvement. You will now be able to upload your own designs for both membership and identity cards. And for the last one, as some of you may already know, since we've released that one to more people at this time, private lessons are now supported for all of our discount types. So it's nothing really new in terms of usage. You'll just find private lesson as an option as you create new promotions and discounts from the back office. And that's it for me.
Great, thank you so much. So that's it for us for this webinar. Like I mentioned earlier, you can always visit our knowledge base, the Messenger and the Amilia app. This will be a quarterly webinar, so we definitely want your feedback. We want to know what we can improve for next time. And also let us know if you did find this beneficial. So I will be sending the follow-up email with the recording, any answers to your questions, and also this quick survey. And we would really appreciate any feedback you have. The more the better. So thank you very much. And I'll be sending out a similar invite for our next quarter. Thank you.
Thank you.